Hey guys, you already know who it is. Taniqua back with another video. So this video is for those who do want to become a nanny and are serious about pursuing this industry, but I want to give you guys the harsh realities of being a nanny. I know I make it sound all glitz and glamour, but with every job, every career, there's things that we love and we don't love. So this video is strictly for those who want to know the real behind, becoming a nanny. Becoming a nanny is great and all, but remember, you are helping raise someone else's children. This is the part that is sticky. You have to have another level of patience, like patience beyond patience. Not just a basic level of patience. Like if you have patience with your kids, that's great. Patience with someone else's kids, that's like, here, this is your kid's patience level, and this is someone else's patience level of kids you have to have. So it's definitely not all fun and games. Like I know I make it sound like it's fun and games all the time, but it's not. It really isn't. It's actually hard. You have to have a certain level of patience. You have to have a lot of energy, and you also take on a lot of responsibility because these are not your children. You are essentially helping raise these children. It's not just you. So a hard one for me is disciplining styles. A lot of families have different disciplining styles. Some families don't want you to discipline them at all. And I'm not talking about like pitting them or anything like that. So I'm talking about like actually putting them in time out, or if you're able to, what you're able to say or what you're able to do. Some parents don't even want you to put their children in time out. So that's what I mean when I say disciplining styles. There's time in, there's time out. Different things you can do, but I'm just giving that example because it's the most common. But yeah, some families won't even allow that. So for me, this is a big one because I do not just let kids walk all over me and do what they want. And if this is what the family wants, that's completely fine. But it's just not something I can do. So I have found myself in situations with people and parents that, just want their kids to do what they want to do and tell you what they want to do. But like I said, this is not something I can do. So make sure you notice that in the beginning or even during the interview process. Ask them their disciplining styles and things of that sort. Because once you start working and you see like what they said they were serious about, they do not want anyone putting their kids in timeout. They do not want them to be sitting there getting talked to. They don't want them to be pulled aside, at a function. Those things are important because if you're okay with children just doing whatever they want and not listening to you, then that's fine, but I cannot do it. So that's one big one for me. So yeah, some families have no structure at all, like none at all. So you come in and everything's all over the place. You don't know why this is happening. Like as a professional nanny, as a high profile nanny, you can come in and you can just look and observe and just see like, oh, what is going on here? So like I said, it's very important in the beginning to know like what the family wants from you, how they have like it structured, what issues they're having, or if they're not having any, or what they just need you to do. But yes. Another thing is the parents being on the same page as you. For this to work, the parents have to be on the same page as you. You can't be telling them that they can't have screen time all day, they can't have sweets and all this stuff, and then when the parents come, they can have screen time all day, and they can have sweets all the time, because it kind of undermines your position, right? It's like, okay, well, I don't have to listen to her because I know when I go with my parents, I'm gonna be able to do this, I'm gonna be able to do that. So it makes it a little harder for you. So it's very important that you get the parents on the same page, because I have seen this too. Like I said, they'll let their children do whatever they want with them. So all day you've been working on all this stuff. They've been doing really good, using their manners, cleaning up behind themselves, putting their clothes away, things of that sort. But then when they get with their parents, they don't have to do that. So it's kind of like it erases everything you worked on that day. So it's very important to get the parents on the same page. I know that this is a hard thing to talk about with the people who hire you, the people you work for. It's like, should I tell them what to do? But like you have to come up with a great way, a nice way to say it. But like, hey, if I'm going to be here, I need us all to be on the same page. Like, it's okay if you guys want to do things that way. I just want to know if this is something you guys want me to do. But if not, I could tell you what this is going to lead to if you guys keep doing this, if you guys are concerned, or if you guys want to know, but I need you guys to be on the same page as me. And some parents don't want to hear it. Some parents just want to do what they want to do, and that's fine. They do feel guilty, not being able to spend as much time as they would like with their kids. So that's understanding. But for me, they just have to find other ways to make that time important and make that time fun, to be the fun parent. Because I know they just want to have fun with them. They don't want to hear them screaming, crying. They don't want to have to discipline them because they're not allowed. mean, they're not able to be with them all day. This topic is a little hard because it's like, that's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to discipline them and get them on the right, be a great kid and be respectful. But then when we come, we just want to have fun, pretty much is what happens. And it kind of messes up. You know, like even when they're acting out with their parents, it's kind of hard. Like, do we step in or do we let them, you know, deal with that? Another thing is becoming a nanny. It's kind of lonely, especially in these high-profile families, because you can't really talk about anything or where you've been, you know, what you're doing, you know, who you're with, anything of that sort. You can't talk about the children at home and things like that. So it's very hard, and it does get lonely, like when you have to like have conversations that are really basic with people, really surface level, anyways. That gets hard, and then you know you do one adult conversation, but then by the time you do get a second to talk to someone, it's like I'm too tired to even do that. Yeah, it does get a little lonely in the high-profile family world. Another thing I would say that a lot of people do talk about that I do see is like a lot of nannies do a lot of extra work that they do not get paid for. Don't do things that you don't want to do often. So don't start putting their laundry away or folding their laundry just because you have time or whatever the case is. If you don't want to continue doing it, don't start coming in the morning doing all the dishes that were left over from the weekend when you weren't even there because they kind of expect you to do it. So don't do those things if you don't want to be expected to do it. And also, I would say have a talk with them right when you see that happen, because if not, they will just keep having you do it, and if you don't speak up in this career, this industry, then, you know, they're not really going to say anything unless you say something about it. So yeah, like I said, that's another issue in this field. Like, you do a lot more work than you get paid for. Not that, I'm not saying don't do anything extra, but like you can, because like I said, there's a thin line because you're working in the home. So there are some things that you see that need to be done, or it's a busy household, so they might not have time to do it. And I don't mind helping with things that, I do see, like maybe the trash is full or something, take it out or something of that sort. But just know that if you do start doing things, they will expose things of you, or sometimes they won't even notice you did it. Sometimes you don't get a thank you, but you know, like I said, we're not doing it for that, but I'm just letting you know that if you do things or do want to do extra things, let them know. If you do not, you know, so in this industry, there's a lot of people that try to find ways to pay less for high quality, you know, care, and that's not okay. Yeah, we as nannies do get undervalued and underpaid because sometimes I think that parents don't really know how hard it is to raise or help raise children because, like I said, they're not with them a lot. It does look easy, like we make it look easy, you know, because it's something we do as our profession. Anyone that's been in a profession for a long time will make it look easier than those that don't do it every day, right? I don't know if some people see it as a hard career or not. And I saved the best for last, like always. Finally, parents, working with families and parents that micromanage. Micromanaging is a big thing. So it's micromanaging, if you guys don't know, it's like when you're working with the children, but the parents are constantly saying, what are you doing, what you're allowed to do, who you're with, those type of things that like, oh, maybe you should try this way, maybe you should try that way, like literally on your back the whole entire time. Micromanaging is a thing, and especially for new parents, you know, with new babies and you're the first nanny, you might get this. And it is very, very annoying. I understand where it comes from, and parents want to try to be in their child's life and have some say so in your day to day, but it does make it harder for nannies. So I definitely want you to be aware of micromanaging and definitely have that talk with the parents, especially like work from home parents too. They tend to like step in a lot, and it makes it hard when the child is constantly seeing the parent in and out, and they start behaving differently because their parent is there. They might start screaming, crying. Because, you know, with nannies and people like teachers, daycare teachers, whatever the case is, children act way different than they act with their parents, right? They're great, they listen, they're doing everything they need to, but then when their parent comes, they're like, screaming, crying, all type of things. So it kind of makes the parents feel like they need to step in. And this part is really hard to deal with. Micromanaging parents, I would say, is definitely a big one. And you'll see that a lot once you come in this industry. But you need to stop that in the beginning. Like, look, I know what I'm doing. I know this is your first child. I'm here to reassure you. If you want, I can send you pictures and videos all day. That's okay. But literally, like, telling me what to do all day, changing up what I'm doing. Like, I am in this profession for a reason. The way I do things, there's a specific reason for it, for a certain outcome. So I want you guys to see this outcome. I need you guys to trust me if I'm here. Yeah, if I need you guys, I'll definitely let you know. So yeah, before you become a nanny, high profile nanny, just know all these things in the field. Like you'll be working a lot. Sometimes you won't have days off. Sometimes you have to work extra days. Sometimes you have to work extra weeks depending on your schedule. These high profile families have demanding schedules. Remember that. Sometimes you might have a trip booked with your family and friends, and then they have to do something, and then you have to go do that, because it is type of life. So yeah, just before you guys decide, just know that it is not easy at all, especially not on this level. It's very hard, but like I said, we make it look easy because it's something we've been doing for a while, but it is not all sunshines and rainbows. There's a lot of crying. There's a lot of, headaches. There's a lot of people that are in between what you guys are doing. So it's like, you don't get to make every decision on your own. There's people in between that make decisions on what you purchase and what schools they go to and things of that sort. So it's not just you just having these kids and helping raise them and doing what you want. I kind of look at it though, like if I had a bunch of money or as much money as they had, like how would I raise my children? So that's how I work with children, and that's how I think about it when I work. If you guys still are interested in becoming a nanny with all that, I mean, it's not really terrible with anything that I said, but it is the truth. But it's not easy. Like you do have people that you have to follow up with. You do have to write notes. You do have to, be on your A game like all the time. Like you're constantly being watched. There's cameras in the houses. I think it's a great industry, and thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.